You're listening to the Geriatric Mamas Podcast with Jessica Raziri
and Sonia Tapley.
It's a giant pink marshmallow.
I just want to know how far away we're both going to be from the microphone.
We're like so close. Should my leg just cross over your leg?
Yeah.
We'll just do we're going to do the whole episode like this.
Hey, I think we got a good picture out of that. Me looking like what in the back.
Oh
No,
my
just kidding.
god. I feel like those kids in the class that got called on to do their presentation, we have to explain to the teacher that we didn't do our homework.
We didn't do our homework. I mean, we did do our homework, but we didn't get to present. And
Did we do our homework?
You did the homework. I didn't do the homework.
What homework did I do?
You texted me a paragraph of what you would like us to talk about on this week's episode. So I copied and pasted your paragraph into the outline for this week, and then I made bullet points.
Got it.
So you did the homework.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
We didn't get to present it, though.
we did not get to present it. We usually record on Sundays, and Mother Nature had other plans because we are in Maine, and it decided to dump a bunch of snow on us.
All within, the span of 24 hours, we have a mountain of snow. And it's fine. We didn't have it for Christmas photos, but
No, we didn't.
we have it now.
Hayden's stoked. He wakes up in the morning when he sees that it's snowing. He gets all excited, and it doesn't matter what time. It could be 6 a.m. And he runs to the window and he's like, "Snow outside, boots on, put boots on, snow outside." And you're just like, "Oh my god, kid,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna need a minute."
Yes. I need my coffee before I do anything. Haven't been getting it lately, though.
Yeah, Hayden doesn't care. He's on his own time. So, well, needless to say, we did not have the opportunity to present our homework, and so now we're just kind of shaking things up a little bit, and just gonna do a fun little rewind today.
Yeah, we're going to do a rewind because we have things, we have things to talk about. So.
We do have things to talk about. So when this comes out, it'll be the day before Valentine's.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
We should have been wearing red today. What are we doing?
I don't know. I wasn't
It's
thinking
fine.
about it. It doesn't feel like Valentine's Day is already here.
I know, it really doesn't.
It flew. Okay, so
Yeah.
January was really slow. It was 50-something days.
January was an entire year in itself.
Right. It was the longest month ever, but now I'm why are we wondering why Valentine's Day is here? It should have been here days ago.
I know.
This is so weird.
I
But
know.
yeah, no, anyways.
So I'm super excited to take Hayden to pick out. He's gonna come and surprise Annabelle tomorrow for
So cute.
Valentine's. And he's gonna pick out his own flowers, and he has a Valentine's for her, so he's gonna come and deliver that. So
That is so cute.
I know. I have it in my head how I want it to go, but it's toddlers obviously have their own plans, so
Right.
we'll see.
And
There's
those are
my idea of how it's gonna go, and then there's probably reality,
Yeah.
which will probably include several meltdowns
Yeah.
and just not cute situations. So if you don't see any photos or videos of this, well, didn't
It's
go as
fine.
planned. It's
Yeah.
all right.
I feel like Annabelle, as soon as she sees Hayden, she's going to start doing her happy dance.
Aw.
And then she's not going to know that you're trying to make him hand her a flower.
Yeah.
And
She's gonna be like, "What's happening?"
she's going to be like, oh my gosh.
You know what I'm afraid is going to happen? So I feel like Hayden's not going to understand that the gifts and the flowers are for Annabelle.
Oh, so he's going to get upset.
Yeah, I feel like he's going to be so excited that he picked them out,
Yeah.
and then he's going to bring them to her, and then he's going to be pissed when he
that's-
realizes that she's taking them.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's a thing. That's a toddler, guarantee.
Yeah, so I'm ready for that, but it'll be fun. And then we're going to go on our own little galentines, because for whatever reason, Mike won't let me take Sonia for actual Valentine's Day, so whatever, it's fine. So we're going to do our little galentines on Saturday,
Yeah.
so we're still TBD, but you had a cute idea.
Yeah. Well, I thought it would be fun to,
stay-in.
because we haven't had a chance to finish Virgin River, and
I
then
know.
guess what else came out?
I know! Sweet Magnolias. I
Magnolias.
saw, and I've been meaning to text you.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm
And you know
so
how
excited.
they love, their margaritas and their chips and
Yes.
salsa? I was kind of thinking we need to make some coconut margaritas and have some chips and salsa and stuff.
Maybe we should just do that, and I'll just have Chris come and get me. You could pick me up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm excited for hibachi on Sunday. It's my birthday month.
Yeah.
Most people get a day. I get a month. An entire month of February is my birthday.
Yeah. It's deserving.
Yeah, we're gonna do hibachi on Sunday.
Yeah, I'm excited about that.
Yeah, I feel like Hayden and Annabelle. Has Annabelle
They're
ever
gonna
gone
love
to
it.
hibachi before?
No, only when she was like
She doesn't
9
remember
months
it.
old.
Yeah, but they're gonna love it with the fire and just like the whole
Yeah,
show.
she's gonna be in love. She's not gonna want to leave.
Yeah, I know.
She's gonna be like, keep making fire happen.
Well, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, they get to the table, they get all excited, and then literally, like, within 5 minutes of being seated and being there, they want to get up and run around. So I'm like, what if, like, the entertainment is at the table?
Yeah.
Maybe it'll, like, make them be excited and sit there. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
I might
It's
need
gonna
to
be
pick
good.
another dream, but we'll see.
No, it's gonna be really good.
So hibachi on Sunday, and then I'm super excited. We are planning a little girls trip getaway. We're trying to think of like places to go and where we could go. It'd be just kind of like a long weekend, and we're going to Salem.
Yeah.
We're having a girls' weekend
I'm
in
so
Salem.
excited. This is really for your birthday.
I know. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I haven't been to Salem. The last time I went to Salem, it was we're talking like 15 years ago. So I'm excited.
Yeah, it's gonna be really fun. I've only ever gotten to go for like a couple hours during the busiest time of the year. And so you obviously don't get to see a whole lot. So this is gonna be a good opportunity for us to explore, see everything, and like actually experience it all.
Yeah.
In a girly way.
Yeah, I looked into, because I was trying to think of like different fun experiences, and I did look into, you can stay at the Lizzie Borden house.
Yeah.
And it was available, but I was like, I don't know if that's the vibe we're going for.
Like
we're
how
going
far?
for,
Yeah.
it's like a 45, maybe like to an hour, like drive away. So part of me was like, maybe we do a night there, but I don't know, where we wouldn't sleep at all. It would not be the leisure, relaxing experience. Yeah, it would definitely be a little bit of a different thing.
Yeah.
Maybe that's more for Halloween, but
That's a good idea. Yeah. We'll keep that a note.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
it's an October thing.
but I'm excited. I'm glad we're going on an off season too, because to your point, there's not gonna be a lot of people there. We can actually like see things, explore the history, and just kind of explore like the little shops. Because when I went there, I went with like a group of girls that I was friends with, but I wasn't like super close with. It was like work friends, and so like we kind of had like this like itinerary. We went to like all these like did like the whole like super commercialized stuff. I want to like go to like the cemeteries that people don't like really talk about, and like I want to like I don't know, I really want to get in there.
Bartenders will have some really
Bartenders, yes, we need to like
stories.
camp out at the bartenders at like the bar and just be like, all right, give us the tea.
Yeah, we need all of it.
Yeah. But yeah, that should be fun.
Yep.
We're excited about that. And then, so we might actually be recording from Salem.
Yeah, we might be. We probably should, because we're not going to record when we get back.
Fuck no, we're not.
We're going to be too tired.
Absolutely. Okay. We'll be like live, coming to you from Salem, Massachusetts.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you have some exciting news to update, Sonia.
So I am now a certified dating and relationship coach.
Yes, you are.
I mean, it was like head down for 7 days, and then
You did it.
wrote down the entire curriculum, and here I am.
Look at this. All you needed was just to be rejected. You needed to be shamed into being because you're a mother.
Right.
To be motivated to do this.
Exactly. And I gave Stephanie a call as well, and she was like, dude, you got this. Just go get certified.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I will do that. And then I built a website, and like...
That's awesome.
Yeah. So basically, it's Love Principles, and it's a dating relationship coaching program for women who are committed to finding love, women who want to attract long-lasting love and are currently feeling lost in their dating experiences. Eventually, I also want to make this into like a self-discovery course for young girls, and have it be like setting standards before they're like able to, like before they're old enough to date. Like I want them to have a good idea of like who they are, what their favorite things are in life, and what really makes them tick, and also like what standards they have, which obviously at their age is mostly going to be friends. So it's like what standards you want to set, and getting good at that, and like setting boundaries, and then moving on, like once they get older and they're old enough to date, then hopefully they'll just take those principles into that with them.
How fun.
Yeah.
Super excited.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Maybe someday you'll join me. We'll see.
Yeah. Well, if this podcast doesn't take off soon, our next update would be like, so guys, I'm also certified as a
And
love
guess
coach.
what this podcast is called? Love Principles by the Geriatric Moms. No, it'll always be the Geriatric Moms.
Yeah.
I feel. Yeah.
So, as we mentioned earlier, this is a rewind episode, and we haven't done a HOPEisode in a while. So, we went back through and decided to reshare Nichole's story. Mm-hmm. So, Nichole and I actually went to high school together. So, we go way back with Alyssa. We were all in the same class together. And she was top of mind because she recently announced, did you see that she recently announced that she is doing a pageant?
Yeah.
She's running for, I think,
Miss Maine. So it's the United States of America Miss Maine pageant.
Miss Maine pageant.
Yeah.
And Sonia, you actually have her post up.
Yes. So what Nichole said, and this is on Instagram, she said, thinking of doing a thing, which feels silly, but also I'm feeling pulled to say yes. A couple of months ago, I got a message from a pageant director asking me to enter the USOA Miss Maine pageant for 2025. Initially, I thought, wow, me? Followed by, what will people think? And isn't that a little silly for a mature new mom? As I thought about it and talked with my friends, I've decided to say yes. Maybe this helps me feel pretty again. Maybe it boosts confidence and morale. Maybe it gives me a reason to get back into strength training and regular exercise. Either way, I'm gonna go for it. Feeling nervous and excited all at the same time.
Yes.
How cool.
That's so cool. Go for it, girl. And you
I know.
are pretty, Nichole. But
And I think, like, any excuse to, like, feel like your best self. And to be, like, contacted by a pageant director, that would get me, like, right.
Yeah, whatever motivates you to, like, be the best version of yourself and get back out there and do things for you. And who cares what other people think? Like, she's doing this for herself, which is awesome. So when I saw that pop up, I was like, yes, girl, get it. So she was top of mind. I feel like it was just, like,
her
meant to
story is
be.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a really good one. And this is where, I'm not going to spoil it, but this is where one of our, like, old funny little taglines come from.
Oh my gosh, that's right.
We'll let you guys discover
Yes.
it. And then I actually have, like, my first doctor's appointment in, like, the last year. I decided to book with that doctor. So I'm gonna go have that in March with this lady who said that thing.
Oh my gosh.
It's gonna be good.
I feel like we're alluding to, like, all these things listeners are like, let's just get on with it already.
Yeah, you guys are super annoying.
Yeah, we're so annoying. All right, well,
Enjoy.
Mamas, I love a full and silky texture in my face creams because they feel so healing and comforting to my dry, thirsty skin. Well, the award-winning, best-selling, lightweight moisture release water cream by Honest Beauty called Hydrogel Cream refreshes and cools my skin on application and leaves a dewy finish. As I mentioned on the HOPEisode, Kathy's story, I love mixing Hydrogel Cream into my foundation for a healthy-looking glow. Infused with jojoba and squalene to help hydrate and soothe thirst, plus 2 sizes of hyaluronic acid to help soften and firm, reducing the appearance of fine lines. Honest Beauty's Hydrogel Cream will provide a beautiful glow for very dry skin. We're leaving the link below in our show notes. Drink up, mamas.
Mamas, I want to have rosé all day, have fun, and let myself live a little without feeling drunk or feeling hungover the next day. So I treat myself by adding rosé tinted glasses to my sparkling water or lemonade. If you're like me and you're looking for calm daytime energy while feeling alert, present, and uplifted because, well, you know, you're a mom now. Adaptogenic and antioxidant-rich ingredients make rosé tinted glasses from Apothecary great for those battling feelings of stress and looking to curb signs of aging with improved skin tone and moisture. Its tincture format makes it easy to drop wherever you're making it. It's perfect for busy working moms, busy stay-at-home moms who are looking for mood and energy support on the go. We're leaving a link below and in our show notes. So cheers, mamas.
But
I like them.
I know.
What are they for?
They're like vitamin C eye little patch thingies, and you like it just like depuffs and hydrates. Yeah, I went to my mother-in-law's last night with Hayden. We had dinner, she made a lasagna soup. I'm not really a lasagna fan, but this was actually pretty good. I guess she got the
amazing.
Yeah, she got the recipe from Courtney, Adam's aunt, and it was actually pretty good. But yeah, so we had some wine. I haven't been drinking wine, so this morning I woke up and I just felt like my skin was like so thirsty.
Yeah.
So I did the mud mask that we have, where it feels like it's literally like burning off a layer of skin, and then I did this like really hydrating. It was like coconut and hemp oil cream hydrating mask, and that it was like one of those like Q Bell things or whatever that are like $1 or whatever at Target. And then I like layered, I put on oil, and then I like layered like so much lotion on my face, and now I have these eye things. So
oh, you look great.
just, like,
was it
just trying to do my
mud? Was it youth mud, the mask that you used? Yeah, I just had to restock on that because I lost a jar. Like, how do you lose a jar?
God. And it's not cheap.
No, but I went to the cosmetic company store and I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing.
Yeah, I love that stuff. You definitely can't use it. Like, you definitely need to like space it out when you use it. Cause I think there was one week I tried doing it twice in a week, and like I literally burned my face.
Were you like bleeding?
Yeah. Basically, cause then I went to put on lotion and it was like legit like stinging. I was like, ooh. Like, I feel that.
Yeah.
Oh I was like, maybe I need aloe on my face and not actual lotion.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna put burn cream.
I love the feeling of aloe though. Sometimes I do just buy it to like put it on, even in the wintertime, because it just feels great.
It's nice and cooling, and you just feel like all the vitamins are just doing the most.
That's actually feeling really great for my sexy menopause. I think I need to go.
Yeah, is aloe?
Yeah, because I'm like hot and the heater is basically off. So I think what's the next step? Maybe I'll just go put some aloe on my face or something and stick it in the freezer.
That's actually probably a good idea. Don't they make that? Don't they make creams that are cooling, like a cooling cream for burns and stuff?
I think they do. Yeah, they do.
Just
they
like
have like it's basically like a menthol. It's like a menthol like aloe cream or something. I've seen it before. I'm sure it feels great on a sunburn.
Mike comes home and it smells like a nursing home.
It smells like Ben Gay. It smells like Ben Gay. What's wrong?
So good.
What's going on? Ben Gay and furthers. Can't help it.
You're like down to a bra. You're like sweating. You're covered in friggin' Ben Gay, and you're like, oh, it's just me and my sexy menopause. Isn't this so sexy?
Yeah, want a Werther's? Here you go, honey.
Werther's. Oh, but those are good. Don't be knocking a Werther's.
So
those are really good.
Oh, just you wait for the rest of the episode. It's not knocking because I love them too. But my grandmother got me onto them, so it was my grandmother.
Meme used to have these like little mints. They were kind of like chalky mints. They were like these little like, and that you can get them in like either pink or white, and they're like those little like circles. And so she'd always have them in her bedroom, and for like the longest time, like I used to feel so special because she would like all the grandkids would be over and she would like single me out, and then I would go with her in her room and it'd be dark and she'd be like, shh, don't tell anybody, and then she'd pull out a mint and give it to me, and I'd be like all special. And it wasn't until like I got a little bit older and I started looking around the room and I realized all the grandkids had that fucking mint in their mouth. So it wasn't just me. Like, maybe was doing me dirty. Like, she was doing that to all the grandkids and pulling them in and like, don't tell the others. And so we're all sitting here like, ha ha ha, I got something. And it's like, we all fucking had it. We all had it.
What flavor do you have? Do you have the pink or the white?
Exactly. Like, all right, well, I'm just going to rewrite their narrative on that and just pretend that it was just me, because
I really love her for that though. That's so funny. That's so awesome.
I know. But good for her for making us all feel special just for a moment in time.
That second. She probably loved every second of it too.
Yeah. Oh gosh. So good. Oh my God. I hate Sundays. Can I just put that out there? I literally hate Sundays.
Why do you hate
I love Sundays and I hate Sundays. I hate Sundays because I feel like the weekends, like, Fridays, it's like afternoon on Friday afternoon, you're finishing up work. And then it's like Friday afternoon when work is finally finished. Then it's like the weekend. And so Friday night is nice because you can kind of chill. You get started with some of the stuff, but then it's kind of chill. And then Saturday is like the day for fun. So it's like probably like maybe you have errands or maybe you have something fun planned or like whatever it is and kind of hang out. And then Sundays come and it's like Sundays is like the day that you have to make up for all the shit you didn't do on Friday evening and Saturday. So it's like on Sundays where you just want to chill, you just want to relax, you just want to like do nothing. You fucking can't.
Yeah.
Like you got to go take the lights down because your neighbors are looking at you like you're a weirdo. You got to go do grocery shopping because you have friggin' nothing to feed your child. Like, you may be starving yourself to lose weight, but your child isn't. So you got to make sure you got stuff for him.
Right.
And like, yeah, it's just, I don't know. I just don't want to do anything. And then it's like you have that thing hanging over your head that like Monday's there. And then it's like the work week again.
Yeah.
And it's just, I just fucking hate Sundays.
No, I hear you. I hear you. I feel like, I don't know, like I Instacart on Mondays. Like before I start working on anything, I Instacart because I can't be spending my Sunday at the grocery store as much as like I love doing it. It's a whole chore just getting her out of the house to do the other stuff we need to do.
It is, but like I'm way too much of a control freak to do the whole Instacart thing.
Yes.
Like I need to pick out the onion. Like how do I know that there wasn't like a whiter, rounder onion next to the one that they chose for me?
Right.
And what if it's not like the right ripeness of the avocado? Like they don't need to know what I'm fucking using it for. And they don't even ask me. What if I needed it for avocado toast? What if I was making guacamole? What if I just wanted it for some tortilla soup? I need different hardness of an avocado.
Yeah.
And like they're probably going to get the greenest, non-ripest avocado they can find because they probably don't even know what fucking avocados are. Some of them. I say that because I once had, it was like Uber Eats something or I think at the time it was Favor. It was like Favor was like before Uber Eats and everything came out, but it was basically like kind of the same thing. And there was this place that we used to get these salads. They were so good. I think it was called like Cafe Express or whatever was the place. I don't even know. But there were these salads and it was like a pesto. It was like a pesto pasta salad and there was like grilled chicken on it. And then there was like capers. And they had like this like little bar that had like extra peppers, capers, olives, pickles, and like all these different things that you could add on. And so I always put in my thing like extra side of capers. And this person was like, I don't know what a caper is. They don't have any. And I was like, or they don't have any capers. I was like, yes, they do. It's at the bar. Well, I don't see any. And I was just like, I'm like, they're capers. And he's like, I don't know what a caper is. And I was like, are you kidding? And I literally had to show this person like pictures of like, I Googled and I sent a picture of a caper. Oh, okay. Found them. They come back and they literally got me a small thing of like mini pickles, like the gherkin pickles is what they got me.
No. Oh my God.
I'm not even kidding. I'm like, are you serious right now? And like, why wouldn't you ask the person? Like, yeah. So
no, like
that's
I got my Instacart order the other day, and I will say, like, the freshness is a real thing. Like, there are some people who are really good about making sure they get you like the freshest options, and I know that because there's nothing not fresh in my bag. But then there are some where, like, the last order I got, my blueberries were all wrinkled. And like, I'm sorry, but if the grocery store doesn't have any non-wrinkled, like clearly old and decrepit blueberries, then why don't you send me that message that says, sorry, blueberries are all out? Or like, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, sorry, the blueberries look old. Do you still want them?
If
Do you
the
want the wrinkled blueberries?
If the blueberries look like a set of old man's ball sack, like, maybe those aren't the blueberries for you.
That? Like, should I put that in my memo? Or should you just say... You know what? The next time you order Instacart and you have blueberries on there, send your person like a message. Be like, hey, can you let me know if they look like ball sacks or not? Like, do they look like an old man's ball sack? And just like see what they say. Because like when I open them up and I see a bunch of tiny little ball sacks, I'm not going to eat them. Right. I don't eat ball sacks. Oh my God. Oh God. Well, okay. Shall we get into the episode?
Yes,
You're
I don't
like,
even know where I don't know where this conversation's going, so we should
I
probably
don't know
just move
either.
forward.
This is just like our lives on Sundays, I guess.
Yeah, it
So
is.
today we have a HOPEisode. And just a reminder, the purpose of HOPEisodes is to provide hope to those who are in the thick of their fertility journeys. Each HOPEisode will share a different woman's journey to geriatric mamahood, whether it be through fertility treatments, surrogacy, adoption, regardless of the method. All of these women have endured heartache, disappointment, anxiety, and stress before finally being blessed with their miracle rainbow babies.
Yes. So on today's HOPEisode, I'm going to be reading Nichole's story. So Nichole sent us her fertility journey after seeing Alyssa's Instagram post about last week's Mompreneur episode with Baby Booty. Nichole actually went to high school with Alyssa and I. So it's funny because at first when I saw like the last name, I asked Alyssa, I was like, is this the same Nichole? And she's like, yes. So super excited to be reading her story. Thank you, Nichole, for sending this in. I had no idea, as nobody would, right? Unless somebody opens up and shares. But a little bit about Nichole, and don't worry, Nichole, this will be very PC, I promise. Yeah. no, she's fine. Nichole, I was telling Sonia before we jumped onto this, she's always had that like mom aura about her. Like she was kind of like the, ringleader in a way of like our little group. And so she also was just like, had that like I just remember always feeling safe, when like she was around, we'd go to parties and stuff. And it was like, I kind of like looked up to her in a way. I was just like, oh, I need to stay close to her. She's going to protect me. She's good or whatever. Yeah. So she's always kind of had that like motherly, nurturing kind of like aura about her. So, I mean, it only makes sense that she found her way to being a mama. So I'm just like so happy. So there's no doubt in my mind that she's going to be an absolutely amazing mom. So really love that she, took the time to put this story together. What are you doing? What was that?
Nothing.
Like Sadia just like pissed herself really
like
quickly.
Does it sound like
it literally
I peed on my
sounds
couch?
like it sounds like you just pissed in a bucket.
No. Well, no, I didn't. My iced tea peed in a bucket.
Okay. All right. I'm just like, listen, I know we're not sharing the video for this one, but Jesus Christ, Sonia, keep it together, please.
Oh my God.
Hey mamas, are you someone who's 35 plus and struggled with fertility, endured a miscarriage, experienced heartbreaking fostering or adoption challenges, or were perhaps flat out told by a doctor that you will never conceive naturally, and despite the odds, eventually found your happy ending by becoming a mama?
Send us your story at geriatricmamas.com. We would love to feature your journey to motherhood on a future Geriatric Mamas episode.
Okay, so I guess I'll just like get right into reading this. So it is a long one, so bear with me, but it's really good. And I'm going to try my best not to cry. I actually broke down a couple times when I was reading it.
I did too.
To myself, I was like, get it together, Jessica. Okay. In the fall of 2020, my now husband and I got pregnant sort of by accident, and I ended up having a miscarriage at 9 weeks. I had no fear about having a miscarriage at the time because I didn't even consider it to be an option. I just thought, I'm pregnant, and so, okay, we are doing this. When I had the miscarriage, I was obviously very upset, but I knew that I wanted to try again and that having a child and being pregnant was something that I wanted for sure. My then boyfriend and now husband and I were not on the same page for a long time, and that was really difficult. He wanted to wait, and I wanted to try again right away. Ugh, that's so hard. So I started really focusing on my health, and I changed my diet pretty significantly. Everything in my shopping cart was now organic. Little thing about this, I actually was watching Nichole's kind of journey to health online, not in a creepy way, but like she was sharing kind of, updates of her progress and stuff. And like when she says that she changed drastically, like, yes, like you could just tell like she was glowing. She just absolutely looks amazing. I started really focusing on gut health and supplementing to prepare for my next pregnancy. We started trying again about 9 months later, I'd say, and I got pregnant right away. For me, getting pregnant is no problem, but keeping the pregnancy has been. This time I felt so much more confident. I thought miscarriages aren't common. It was just a one-time thing. This time it's going to be different. I've been really focusing on my health. We went in for our first ultrasound at 10 weeks, excited to see and hear a heartbeat, and there wasn't one. The baby was measuring a little less than 8 weeks, so they said, maybe this machine isn't strong enough. We're going to have to send you to a different place. I had had another appointment 3 days later, and at that appointment, it was confirmed that there was no heartbeat. I miscarried at home that weekend. Ugh.
Mm-hmm.
Is 10 weeks kind of late for miscarriage? Not miscarriage, for an ultrasound?
Yeah,
Or is that normal?
I feel like it's normal for like normal pregnancies, but since she had
Okay.
had a miscarriage before, I feel like it's a little late. I would want to see it at like I would want to see the heartbeat at 8 weeks, you know?
Yeah.
Personally,
Well,
that would
it's
just
like
be
it's yeah, because it's so different because like you and I going through like all the fertility stuff and going through
yeah,
fertility clinics, they give you like an ultrasound every other week. So I
right.
honestly don't know what's normal. So I had no
Yeah.
idea. That's such a long time to wait.
Mm-hmm. It is.
At this point, I still had some hope, but obviously was very disappointed, very upset and depressed. Once again, my now husband, then boyfriend, wanted to wait. Each time this happened, it was very difficult on me and on our relationship. I can imagine.
Mm-hmm.
I decided to work with a naturopath and I started following her guidance and seeing her in Florida. A few times she did some work on me called orthobioanatomy.
Yeah.
What is that?
Orthobionamy. I'm not sure.
Orthobioanatomy? I'll have to look that
We'll have
up.
to put it in the show notes. Yeah.
Yeah. And she gave me a bunch of suggestions and guidance on what to do to boost progesterone and different things to do to heal and help me spiritually, physically, and emotionally. I was taking certain supplements and eating certain foods. She wanted to see a diary of all the food that I ate and that my husband ate for a few weeks. We followed along, had phone appointments with her, and would make appointments with her whenever I was in Florida, which was pretty often at the time, but I probably saw her a total of 4 times in person. So fast forward, and we got pregnant again as soon as we started trying, which was November-ish of 2022. At this time, I was so nervous, but still had some hope. I had heard people say that they've had miscarriages and they were able to have a baby, and people would tell me miraculous stories. So I believed that if it could happen for them, maybe it could happen for me too. Honestly, if it weren't for hearing countless people tell me different stories of success, I probably wouldn't have had the same kind of hope, but who knows? The last part of the story is that I went in for an ultrasound and I was supposed to be close to 9 weeks at this point. I had done some blood work with a doctor and they had done a
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
graphy, or
Yeah.
whatever it's called, where they put a little fluid into my uterus to see if there were any polyps or cysts or reasons why the baby wasn't attaching properly, and everything was fine. My
Mm-hmm.
blood work was fine. The technician even said that my uterus was beautiful. So I came to find out at this appointment for the 9 weekish ultrasound that I was measuring at 5 weeks one day. And of course, again, I was having an unsuccessful pregnancy. Jesus.
Mm-hmm. I know. I can't.
This one was really challenging because I felt like I was being tricked. I'm trying to keep it together.
I know.
I kept finding out that I wasn't successfully pregnant after weeks of thinking that I was and still having symptoms. For this unsuccessful pregnancy, they told me that the gestational sac was abnormally shaped. I opted for an unconscious D&C because F that again. Yeah, I don't blame you,
Mm-hmm.
Nichole. My God. I told my boyfriend that I just didn't know if I could do this again and I was ready to give up. He had talked to one of his friends whose wife had a D&C after a miscarriage, and then they had a successful pregnancy. And he told me that he really wanted to try again, just one more time, and that he had a really good feeling about it. I said, okay. At this time, we ended up getting engaged, which was super exciting and what I had wanted for a long time. And I decided that I didn't want to be pregnant in a wedding dress. So we decided that we would wait until we got married to try again, which meant we needed to get married really soon. Haha. That was her laugh, not mine.
Yeah.
I knew. Haha. Move on. I knew that as soon as I started trying, I would get pregnant. There was no doubt in my mind that I was going to get pregnant again. It was a question of whether or not it was going to work. I was still taking really good care of myself with nutrition and supplements, getting exercise, and really following the alternative fertility paths because the doctors were just telling me that everything was fine and that they weren't sure what was wrong. That's so frustrating.
I know.
Because it's like, just tell me. Like, I need to know. What the hell? Like, that's so frustrating.
Even with Mike and I, it was unexplained. But then at the same time, like, test results kind of explained it a little bit, you know? So.
Yeah, I know. Oh, my God. And she has this little, like, excerpt in here. She says, actually, my OBGYN told me that my eggs are probably just a little moldy. What the fuck? Yeah. What? Please tell me she was joking. Like, Jesus.
No.
Eggs are probably just a little moldy.
Yeah.
She recommended taking progesterone when I got pregnant again, and which I wasn't sure if I was going to do that or not. Like, if some bitch is telling me that I have moldy eggs, I think I would probably tell her to fuck right off. Like, even if it's true, but like, Jesus, like, there's not another word you could use. Moldy?
Yeah, wait till you see who the OBGYN is at the end. Just wait.
God, moldy? Like, I literally can't. Like, I'm picturing like a bowl of like old ball sack.
Like, I feel like
blueberries.
Your doctor put it much more gently. Dr. Koo did a much more...
He was literally comparing them to marbles, and this bitch is calling them moldy eggs. Like, oh my God.
Can't wait till you read the last part
God.
at the very end.
Oh, shit, Nichole. I'm so sorry that somebody said that to you. I can't. I literally can't. We started trying literally the night we got married. Okay, maybe morning after. LOL. And it was 2 weeks later, or maybe 3, that I took a positive pregnancy test. This time I was so full of fear because I had obviously had the unsuccessful experiences previously. And how could I possibly feel assured and positive given my past experiences? It just sucks because it's like each time it's like your spirit just like dims, you know? It's like you have that fire in you and it just keeps dimming each time you experience loss. And then towards the end, you're just like, you're numb, but you're not numb. It's just like, it's like the excitement and joy of it is stripped. Like it's taken from you. That excitement is taken from you. You're not allowed to be excited. You know, it just sucks.
And then you have PTSD.
You do. You literally do.
Yeah.
I was having some cramping on one side that I finally decided to call about, and they wanted to do an ultrasound to see if the baby was attached in the right place, not ectopic. I had some blood work done to check my HCG levels, which were going up. So when I went to the ultrasound at about 6 weeks, there was a confirmed heartbeat, which I had never seen before. Oh my God. That feeling is just so friggin' amazing. Like, oh my God, when we saw that flickering of Hayden, like I can't even, it was just, I couldn't even believe it. Like, it's just crazy.
One of my nurses or the ultrasound tech, or I don't know what they're called, but they told me that once they see the heartbeat, like the chance of miscarriage goes down significantly. Like like basically you're 99% like going to carry through with the pregnancy. So it was awesome. Yeah.
Like, I know things can happen, but it's just like it goes way down. You're not as much of a risk as you were before. So, God, it's so good. I wasn't surprised or shocked because I had the blood work. So I knew the baby was growing, but they were able to confirm that the size was what it was supposed to be at that time, and it was attached in the right place, and it looked to be in the right shape. Thank God.
Yeah.
So my next plan of action was to have my ultrasound at 10 weeks like normal. I decided to start taking progesterone. I was too nervous not to. That was a whole other experience. I'm so glad that she did opt to take the progesterone because like I understand it sounds scary and you're not sure if you want to do that, especially if you're like been on this like health kick of all these like natural things. You're so cautious of what you're putting in your body and you don't really want to like mess around with your hormones. But like progesterone, like for me, I felt like was the saving grace of like making sure that my pregnancy stuck, like just because of what I had gone through. So like, I am glad that she opted for that.
Yeah.
From week 6 to 10 before that ultrasound, I was a nervous wreck. It was very difficult because I had never made it that far before. And I'd always had this experience of thinking that everything was okay and then finding out that it wasn't. Again, you're not allowed to be happy because you're just waiting for that, other shoe to drop. So we went in for our 10 week and everything was perfect. Heart rate was normal, size measured perfectly, and I could even see him moving around. Oh my God. It took another couple of weeks for me to feel a little bit more relaxed, but finally we're pregnant and healthy, expecting a boy March 19th. Oh my God, it's just around the corner. Holy shit. That's so exciting. My blood pressure is good. His heart rate is always described as perfect. I feel him moving constantly in each appointment that we've had. Things have checked out well. So I feel good and I feel like this is our time. I have a 32-week ultrasound this week that I am very much looking forward to, but I can say that the ultrasounds are still quite triggering for me. The dark room, the sound of the clicking and the clicking and the taking of the pictures still brings up some PTSD. So while I am excited to see him, I still don't really like ultrasounds. Oh God. This is just like hitting home for me. Like I completely 100% agree
to your story. Yeah.
So far, everything has been really good, and I turned 40 in October. Wow. Holy shit, Nichole. That is so crazy.
I know. 3 miscarriages.
I can't. That is just like,
I know.
Man. So on the form, we have a question that we ask people when they write in, what is their favorite thing about being a geriatric mama? And obviously, like Nichole, is in the very early stages. And so what she responded with is that I am so proud of myself and my body when I go to an appointment and everything is perfect. I feel healthy and like the work I have done has paid off. Oh my God. And then Sonia included, the doctor who told Nichole that her eggs were moldy is the doctor that did Sonia's C-section.
Yeah.
Wait, how did you put that together?
Because we had a phone call, like Nichole and I had a phone call to just like make sure we didn't leave out any details, make sure everything was good with, her journey, and what we're going to share. And she mentioned that the doctor that she's had throughout her pregnancy and the person who told her that her eggs were moldy was the doctor's name, because she's giving birth at the same place that I gave birth. So,
oh my God. So do you think, if you know this doctor, do you think they were like joking? Like, do you think that they were just like being funny? Maybe like
I think she said it like in trying to be like, oh, they're just a little moldy. Like trying to just be like, I don't know. She's just very like, she makes everything sound like it's really not that big of a deal. So she probably was just like,
moldy sounds like a big fucking deal to me. I feel like there's so many other words.
I mean,
like, moldy seems like a big fucking deal.
I'm picturing a giant ovary filled with really like normal sized like chicken eggs that are like all moldy. Like that's black. What I'm picturing right now.
I know. I just feel like there's so many other ways to describe what was going on, and I personally would not have appreciated being told my eggs were a little moldy.
Right. No, she's like a really sweet person. So I think in her mind, she was probably trying to downplay like that we're
some people
sexy menopause. We're approaching sexy menopause.
But do you know how like some people though, like they can say like the craziest, rudest shit, but like they do it in a way that like when they say it, it doesn't come across that way.
Yeah.
Like,
that's her.
And then when it's like you read what they say, when you actually like look at the words of what was being said, you're like, this bitch.
Yeah.
But like
when I first read it before talking to Nichole, I was just kind of like, okay, that's kind of offensive. But then when I talked to Nichole and she told me who it was, I was like, oh, really? Oh my God, I love her so much. Like, that's what I said.
Oh my God.
Like
that is hilarious.
But, like, she also loves her so much, which is why she's stuck with her through like the infertility process and like the whole journey has been like her OBGYN in Maine is the same person. So like she's stuck with her. So she loves her.
I'm glad she loves her. I just don't appreciate that word. I do not appreciate that whatsoever.
Maybe I'll have my next OBGYN appointment with her and I'll just let her know our thoughts.
Like, just so you know, you really need to pick a different word to describe these eggs. Moldy is not it. Moldy is not it.
I'll tell her about Dr. Koo's marble analogy and she can look it up.
It is such a good analogy. It's literally my favorite like visualization. Like that. Should I explain what it was again?
Yes.
In case people are just like
explain
jumping
Dr.
in.
Koo's analogy. It's greatness.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Dr. Koo was my fertility doctor, and he explained it as like when you're born, you have a bowl of like every woman when she's born, she has born with picture it like a bowl of green marbles. Green represents like, you know, really strong, healthy eggs. And like as the woman gets a little bit older and she like, you know, starts approaching like her early 30s, we'll say, some of the marbles now are speckled with red. You still have like a bunch of green marbles, but some of them have kind of like red spots on them. And then as you get closer to 35, you have more speckles and some of them are like fully red and you still have green marbles, but you know what I mean? Like there's just like less of them. And then as you get like closer to 40, now you have like more red marbles, more speckled, and then just a few green marbles. There's still green marbles in there, but they're just like, there's just a few. So that means each time you put your hand in and you pull out a handful of marbles, your chances of pulling out a green marble increase each time you reach your hand in, because you're pulling away all of those red marbles. So it's like, it helped me because, you know, each time we did an egg retrieval and it was unsuccessful, I was like, well, that was a big batch of red marbles that are now out of there. That means I have more green marbles left over. And each time I had a miscarriage, each time it didn't work or it didn't stick or whatever, it's like, those are red marbles. We're getting rid of the red marbles. Eventually, like we're going to hit a green marble. And so like, you know, and then we got our green marble. So like, that's the way he described it. And I feel like that is just such a better visualization than
it just gives you hope.
moldy eggs. Moldy eggs does not give you hope. Green, red speckled marbles gives you hope. Marbles gives you hope. Moldy eggs
of Miss
does not give you
Rachel's,
hope.
like the speckled green frog. It's making me think of the speckled green frog. Like I don't know what the song actually is because I don't pay attention. But yes, it's much more hopeful, I feel like, than moldy eggs, because she just said generalized, like your eggs are moldy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So it's like, are they all moldy?
Yeah.
Like, is one moldy egg like fucking up the other healthy eggs? Or is that one moldy, like when you think of moldy, think of these spores that are like just friggin' flying off and like infecting all the, like, I'm sorry, I'm very visual. And I just, like I said, I do not appreciate moldy eggs.
Yeah.
I don't like that word. Don't like that word. Nichole, you do not have moldy eggs. You do not have moldy eggs.
I was actually thinking about just making her my permanent OBGYN. So I'm looking forward to having this fun conversation with her. I know we have patient confidentiality, but she probably has said this to multiple people, so I'm not gonna say. Obviously, so you know. I mean, we're live on a podcast, and Nicole's profile on Instagram is public because she does Arbonne, so which leads me into Nicole's information. So Nichole is a hairstylist here in Southern Maine, and she's also an Arbonne representative, and you can find her on Instagram at the handle at Nichole Burke 11. Also for HOPEisodes, if you or someone you know is 35 and up and struggled with fertility, experienced heartbreaking fostering or adoption challenges, endured a miscarriage, or were perhaps flat out told by a doctor that you will never conceive naturally or that you have moldy eggs.
Yeah.
And eventually,
you were told you have moldy eggs.
Yeah. And then despite all of that, you eventually found your happy ending by becoming a mama. We want to hear from you. So definitely write to us. And
but also, like, in addition to that, separate from a HOPEisode, I actually want to hear from listeners some crazy shit that they've heard from their doctors. Like, I just I want to I want to hear from them. So we have Nichole being told that she has moldy eggs. Like, what are some, like, we want to hear your stories. What are some crazy things that your doctors have said to you where you're just like, what the fuck? Did they just say that to me? Like, is that real? Is this real life? Like, I'm sure there's some crazy stuff out there. So write us in and tell us. You don't have to be 35 plus. Like, anybody. Like, I just want to hear crazy stuff, like fertility related. Like, you know, I just want to hear some funny stuff. Make us laugh, please.
Do we have crusty ovaries? Like, what's next?
Crusty ovaries, moldy eggs. Like, what is going on?
Yeah. So we were looking through some posts by other geriatric mamas on Instagram this week, and I saw this really funny post by Victoria Bai, who is a blogger and also a geriatric mama, and her husband's name is James Bai, who is a British actor who stars in a show called EastEnders. I was looking that up, and I wasn't really able to see any clips, but I don't know, I might keep looking because it looks kind of cool. So Victoria's handle on Instagram is Life with the Buys. And in April, Victoria wrote, "Yep, it's finally come to this. I need glasses. It's been a bit of a shock to the system, the fact that I need them due to the simple fact that I'm getting old and, well, basically falling apart at the seams, apparently. Not the ideal news to get as I'm about to pop a baby out. It seems I should be sitting back with a bag of Werther's Originals and steaming a cup of Horlocks, which I guess Horlocks in Britain is like a popular drink. It's like a sweet malted hot milk powder. So rather than gallivanting about to baby bounce, and yet here we are.
My God.
I know. I've heard several times now the phrase geriatric mother, and I can't actually believe this applies to me. I'm not old, am I? Sure. I have many gray hairs. The old wrinkle here and there, but geriatric? Really? Victoria gave birth to her new baby in June of 2023 after 2 failed inductions.
Oh my God.
I know. I can't imagine 2 failed inductions. Oh my God.
I think it was like Chrissy Teigen posted something a while back that was like, she's like, threw my back out tying my shoe or tying my toddler's shoe this morning.
Yeah.
She's like, I guess this is part of the dying process or something like that.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
Yeah, it was like something like that. But like she like anytime she has like an ailment or something's wrong, she's just like, it's part of the dying process.
Yeah.
So that's what what I thought was she's just like, oh, totally need glasses. And I'm just like, oh shit, it's all downhill from here. Here we go.
Oh my God, so funny. And then the gray hairs part has me dying because like, you know, like all of a sudden I have like 2 like gray hairs like right in like the middle of the top of my head. And I was reading this other post on Instagram the other day, and she was like, talk about postpartum hair loss. They can take all the grays. And I was like, yes.
Seriously.
I had so much postpartum hair loss, but none of that went.
You know what? I didn't think I did, but I have like very thick hair. I'm like very fortunate. I didn't think I really had hair loss, but I'm noticing like baby hairs at like my temples growing in.
Yeah.
So I think I actually did, and I just didn't notice.
Right. It just kind of like came off in the shower or like into your hairbrush, and like you had no idea. Yeah. So I'm always shedding. My husband's having to constantly snake the drain. It like looks like this like giant vagina comes out of the friggin' drain every time. It's so disgusting. Oh,
it's like this massive wad of like this like weird creature. It's like, God, the hell?
I love it. I always try to take it out because I think it creeps, like I think my hair like going like near the drain or like just being in the shower in general, I have this feeling like it creeps Mike out because he always says something about it.
Well,
so,
it's
like,
disgusting.
Okay. Yeah, it is. It is.
Do you know what I do? Which is like really gross.
Oh no.
I can't even believe I'm admitting this. So like, you know, when you get like a hair like stuck on your hand, it's like stuck on your hand, like I'll like pull it off and then I stick it to like the wall in the shower.
What else are you going to do? Where does it doesn't come off
but
of
this is where it gets gross. Yeah. I don't always rinse it. So then like when Adam goes to shower, he just has
you have a hairy shower. The whole shower is just like hair, like lines of hair.
Like what fucking animal? Like freaking bathed in here. Like what is going on?
A Sasquatch was here. I let it take a shower.
I'm reminded by my next shower when I see it all up there, like, and I'm just like, oh shit, that's gross. And then I rinse it down, but then I add more. So it's just like, God, so sick.
Yeah.
I'm a fucking rabid beast.
I always feel guilty when like Annabelle's in the bathtub and she'll be like shaking her hand and I'll be like, oh my gosh, did you get one of Mama's hairs on your arm again? And she'll be like, Mama's hair stuck fingers. And I'm like, oh, it's so frustrating. She gets so frustrated about it. And I feel for her. I know. I'm like, let me get that for you, honey. Let me just take that.
Let me just grab that for you.
Mm-hmm.
We also found this really good post by Courtney Brennan, who is a digital creator and geriatric mom of 2 boys. Her handle is @it's Courtney Brennan. In March 2023, she wrote, I don't think I realized how much anxiety I've been carrying with this pregnancy until we had our 19-week ultrasound and I cried, happy tears, through the whole thing. Each time we saw a leg, an arm, a foot, fingers, toes, heart, kidneys, brain, it was like I was finally exhaling and giving myself permission to be happy.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure if other older moms feel this way, but because I'm having a geriatric pregnancy, I think I've just expected things to go wrong.
Mm-hmm.
This pregnancy was has really thrown me for a loop physically with being really sick, and also all the mind games that it then plays with your head. I still feel a bit of the emotional grayness and cloudiness, but I'm slowly getting back to my full and best self. Her son, Jack Thomas, was born in July of 2023. Oh, that's so true. I think it was like I think we did like the full anatomy scan at like 21 weeks or 20 weeks or something.
Yeah.
And I know exactly what she's talking about. And you probably do too. You know, it's just like, because until they do that, you really don't know what's going on. And it was just everything was just like, this is measuring perfectly. We see this, we see this, we see this. And it was just like, she describes it perfectly because it's like being told each thing. You're finally feeling yourself exhaling and fully taking a normal breath. And it's just like, oh my God, like everything leading up to that appointment, I was a nervous wreck. And I was literally like, oh shit, sorry. I thought I just like stopped recording for a second, but I didn't. Woo! I was a nervous wreck and I was literally just feeling like, you know, a lot of these doubts and anxiety and just, you know, everything. And then finally it was like after that appointment, I was like, okay, I knew that there were still things that you had to watch out for, but I just remember like that was a turning point for me where I actually started allowing myself to like be happy and kind of let go some of that anxiety and fully believe that this was real. Cause like I didn't believe it until I actually saw that. So
yeah, same here. No, I mean, since we did IVF and we did the testing, like the genetic testing, you know, I felt fairly good once I was past the first trimester, but I was really waiting for the 20-week scan as well. I mean, even though we knew, you know, there were a lot of things that weren't wrong with our baby, we didn't know if there was like anything else that could possibly be wrong. And I remember like she couldn't get a good view of Annabelle's heart during our 20-week scan because Annabelle kept like moving a certain way or like putting her hand over like where they were trying to see or whatever. And so we had to go back I had to go back the week after because it was still like people weren't allowed to go because of COVID and stuff. So it was just me. And so it was a little nerve-wracking that week. I mean, I saw all of her fingers. I saw all of her toes. I saw her lungs were working really, really well. She was really strong, but they couldn't see her heart. So that was like a little bit nerve-wracking. But other than that, I had a good feeling.
I mean, her lungs wouldn't be going if her heart wasn't beating, right?
Yeah.
You
so
know,
that made me feel a lot better. But the doctor needed to see her heart. So that actually was kind of a bonus because I got to see her 2 times in 2 weeks. So
do you remember what you said to me when you were like, when they did the egg retrieval and they were like testing all the embryos and they were like, they came back and you were like, so basically they're all like one-eyed monsters with teeth or something like that. She's like, all except for one. You're like, all except for one, and it's a girl. Like, but you like the way you describe them, like you were like, they were just like one-eyed monsters with teeth.
Yeah. I mean, because so there's like babies with Down syndrome, right? There's like babies with Down syndrome. And then there's like a lot of other things wrong. I think ours had like, there were 2, I think, that had like more than one thing wrong. And I don't really know what any of that like means. I just know one was probably just definitely Down syndrome. And then I don't know about the other. So yeah.
Yeah, but it was like, I will never forget the way, because like you were just like very casual about it. You're like, basically they're all like one-eyed monsters with teeth, but there is one and she's a girl, so I'm kind of like debating, what should I do? I'm like, fucking implant it, transfer, let's go.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I don't know why it was a question. I really don't know why it was a question.
Well, no, it was a question because you were like, do we just get more eggs? We bank, like, it was, I understand why you were asking the question.
I mean,
but
our doctor really wanted us to, just because he felt like I wouldn't be able to have another one. At the time, we really wanted to try for at least 2, and he felt like we wouldn't be able to if we didn't do another egg retrieval. And, you know, he might have been right. Who knows? But it's fine.
I don't know.
It's fine.
And if anybody follows Nichole on Instagram, her little boy is absolutely
So cute.
adorable. And he's walking around and he's so cute. It's funny, this part isn't funny, but her Instagram got hacked. And so she had to create a new Instagram, and she was reposting photos because she basically had to like recreate everything. Well, she posted her like announcement, and I thought she was pregnant again. I was like, congratulations!
That's what you were saying.
So
Oh my
I thought
God.
that she was pregnant again. I was like, oh my god!
I had no idea she got hacked, and I was actually a little
Yeah.
offended because I thought she unfriended me.
Oh my god!
And then I had no idea any of that happened. This is the first time
Yeah,
hearing
she
of
got
that.
hacked, and so she had to create a whole new account. And then I realized when I was going back through, I was like, oh, because I was like, man, they're really close in age. But then I
Yeah.
realized, like, oh, never mind.
She wasn't planning on
But-
having 2 kids under 2 right now.
Yeah. So, congratulations, Nichole.
Wow, we were so good.
I know. Well, that is all we have for you folks. So thank you for listening. Be sure to tune in next week. We will be sure to do our homework and be able to
And
present.
also present it.
And also present it next week. Your support is keeping the podcast going. You can help by following, subscribing, rating, reviewing, and especially by telling a friend to listen anywhere or watch on YouTube.
For more info, you can check out our website at geriatricmamas.com. You can also follow us on Instagram and TikTok at geriatric_mamas, on YouTube at Geriatric Mamas, Twitter at Geriatric Mamas, and follow our group page on Facebook, Geriatric Mamas.
If you have a topic idea that you'd like us to discuss, are interested in being a guest, or simply have a funny geriatric story to tell, you can go to geriatricmamas.com and hit be a guest or send us your story.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.